Hi guys, today we have a review of BetMover. So BetMover, this is a new piece of kit brought to us by Nigel Dove, who is also responsible for Cloud BetBot, which you may have heard of, Hedger Pro, the old Dobbin Day, and what Nigel is really good at is making software that runs on the Betfair market. And he's done it all on the cloud, which means that you don't need any software running on your PC, or you don't need to hire a VPS. All you do is you open an account and it runs on the website. And we'll show you more details later on. But first of all, I'm just going to show you the website. When you go here, if you have a look around, you can see what's free. You can actually download you can actually open a free account and use some of the free tools. So you've got price movements, racers, steamers and drifters and stuff like this. So have a look around. But what we are reviewing is their real-time in-play software. And this is absolutely brilliant. Now that's a paid for service. And rightly so when you see what it can do. So this is the one that we're reviewing now. You can have a look around the website, and you can see the testimonials. And this is how you create a free account, and this is how you subscribe to the in-play module. Now, if you want to visit the toolbox, if you click on that, it will show you all the user manuals. You don't need to subscribe or even to open an account. You can read all of those now. And this is, this is one we're interested in, the real time. So if you click on that, it will take you through to the step-by-step explanations and the options and features. And you can read all of that before you even decide whether you want to buy this or not. Now, what we've got is, if you look on the left here, you've got all the information that you might need, getting started, how to do it all. And then this is the interesting bit, strategies. Click on there and you will see Nige with his lockdown haircut and lots of videos that go through different strategies for using this software, and it's worth spending some time watching all of these. Now, at the end of this video, you're going to see Arthur, who is a CashMaster blogger. He's just started using this, and he's going to do a walk around of how it all works and a quick play of a couple of races. And that's he's actually already got this uploaded on here. But you can see some other reviewers and their own strategies as well. If you go through, you can see their videos here. Okay, so that is basically a quick walk around the website. Now, the price for the real-time in-play is on a sale at the moment because it's just launched. So it's a launch sale. It's an annual fee, but it works out at £50 a month. And then it will be going up to £75 a month at the end of March. So you've got 4 weeks to have a really good look at this and see what you think. It also comes with a 14-day money-back guarantee. So even if you do subscribe to it, play for it for a couple of weeks, if you're not happy, just get a refund. So yeah, it's £900 a year normally, but you can get it for £600 a year, which is £50 a month. Now, Art's had a look at it. He's already approved this, and he reckons you should be able to, once you've got your head around it and you've got slightly proficient with it, he reckons that you should be able to make around £100 a day quite easily in a couple of hours. So for £50 a month, it seems a good value. Okay, so now let's crack on, and I'll hand over to Art and he can explain how it works.
Hello, Arthur here. Making a change from Graham doing videos. I'm doing one of my own videos today, and I'm doing a video review of BetMover. BetMover is a wonderful little tool for trading horse in running. Of course, being GB based, I'm more interested in GB and Irish races. But America, if they are good early evening, I'm not going to be up in the small hours of the morning. And because I'm not up in the small hours of the morning, I'm not particularly interested in Australian racing either. But with those limits, we can still make, I think, quite a reasonable return using this tool. Not all UK and Irish races are available to this tool. It needs to be races or race courses which provide the tracking data that it uses. So you are limited a little bit, but hopefully as time goes on, more race venues will make tracking data available. And you'll understand why this is important a little bit later. So here I am, I'm now logged in, and there's a little bit of housekeeping that you would want to do before you start under settings. If this is your first time, I suggest that you are going to want to do Rainbow Leader at the same time for both jumps and flats, and I will explain a little bit more about that later on. Alerts are in a Yorkshire voice. As a northern lad myself, I don't mind a Yorkshire voice. A Lancashire voice would have been better, but we've got to allow these Yorkshire people a little bit of their own self-importance, otherwise Lancashire would win at everything. Yes, right. So we've got to switch back to the cards, and first thing you're going to need to do is select, we're not selecting GB, we're selecting live in play. And we can cut down the venues, so we're only looking at Lingfield, for example, or Wolverhampton, and we've got a couple of US, Tampa Bay Downs and Penn National. Penn National starting long after I go to bed. But Tampa Bay, that's through the evening, starting off at a reasonable time, so that's maybe one that we get interested in later on. So this is the race that's up next. This is the 1605, Friday 26th of February 2021, and it's a Class 6 handicap. Of course, this is all weather, being at Lingfield, or not of course, but this is on the all weather course, so they're going standard. This is over 1 mile, all weather flat, 9 runners, so some information there to get us going. And what we want to do is switch this so that it's in play. Now, there's a couple of things that we can see here already. First of all, tracking has to be switched on this course, even though we are 21 minutes just under away from the race. So we can see the horses here, they're still in their stables. From satellite data, you don't have to have satellite data on, you can do it this way. Up to you, makes no difference. But looks as though they're starting to come out of their stables now. This graph here is a representation of the par time on all-weather flat standard at Lingfield, and the red line is the fast par time, the blue line is the slow par time. And so we've got a clue in racing as to whether the horses are running fast, whether they're running slow, or whether they are behaving themselves and running pretty much average. And on standard, you would imagine that it's going to be more or less to par time. To be honest with you, I don't really use that. I don't. It's nice to have. I mean, we can see come out of the stalls, they go like the clappers they usually do to get to the front, and then the race pace drops off. Around about halfway, it picks up again as we head into the finish. And of course, it's the last 2 furlongs on flat racing thereabouts, and the last 2 fences also roughly around about 2 furlongs, funny enough, on hunts and chases over jumps, basically. And this is one of the things you're going to have to learn a little bit of the nuances of each course. When do the jockeys come off the bridle and hit the accelerator and ask the horses to speed up? Because that is what we're interested in. The prices of the horses aren't going to really change very much. Certainly on steeplechase 3 miles, you're going to be 2.5 minutes before the prices start moving. And each course will be slightly different. So one of the things that I do recommend is that you take some time to watch the videos that Nigel's done, and watch races at courses. Maybe if you're going to make bets, make very small minimum bets, just so that you can check that you are getting things right and you're reading the races correctly. The other thing that I would recommend is that you use Chrome browser rather than any other browser. This is on Chrome browser. A few other things as well. Here I can click on this set of parallel lines here and increase my real estate. Being Chrome, I can also press F11 and increase my real estate even more, but there's no point in doing that because the window I'm using to capture this video is centered in on this. But so you can increase the amount of data you're getting. What we're looking at here is lengths back, and once the race starts, we'll be able to tell how many lengths back the horse is to the leader. We'll be able to see their speeds and some odds. If you've made a bet, what your profit and loss is, what you get if you hit the cash out. And what makes this tool really, really useful is we can back and lay clicking on these boxes once the race starts. We don't have to try and switch to Betfair and get the bets on or any other tool. We can bet directly from within this tool, which is absolutely brilliant. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just clicking on this B1, and I've ordered all the horses now according to the odds, and this looks as though it's going to be quite competitive. We've got 5 horses here between 5 and 6. Not saying the winner won't come from these bottom 4, but it's unlikely. Looking here at these top 5, I would suggest. So I'm only doing minimum stakes at the moment, but I might put 2 or 3 bets on as the race gets closer to the finish, and hopefully we get I'm quick enough and we can get some decent odds. So I'm doing £2 now, and when I get more confident in the software, I might go up to say £25. If we're getting on, if I do 2 ticks at £25, it's obviously £50, and I get 1.3, then I'm making what, 10-15 quid a race. You only need to do a couple of hours of racing to make 100 quid a day, and I think once you get proficient with this tool, 100 quid is definitely achievable. Just one thing to note, I've got offset -5, so if I clicked on 5 now, it would actually place the bet 5 ticks to the left. That is closer to 101 than the current price. This is an attempt to make sure that I get matched in running. And also -5 on the lay. Now on the lay side, that is 5 ticks to the right. In other words, closer to 1000, also in attempt to get running. Now it's a little counterintuitive, because you would think that would be -5 and +5. It isn't. It's -5 in both cases. So don't get caught out by that. I don't use the hedge, but you could hedge 100% back to lay or lay to back, and I don't tend to use the cash out, to be honest with you. It's all going far too quickly at that time. Don't want to have to confirm the bets. I want to be here going click, 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 and the bet's going into the market. So I don't want to be having to confirm bets. And if I'm doing £2, it's my lay liability is £2. rather than the lay stake being £2. That means if I'm clicking at 3.54, for example, because I can see the horse is not doing so very well, it's lagging, then it's limiting how much I can lose if that horse then decides to put on afterburners and go after the winner. So the horses have come out of the stables now. We can't see it that clearly on the data at the moment, but this is the parade ring. So they're going round the parade ring prior to the race, which goes off in 13 minutes. So rather than waffle on for 13 minutes, I will pause the video here. I'll come back closer to post time. Right, so back now we can see that all the horses are out on the course. There's a minute before the scheduled race time, but I can see by the looks of it, 4 horses are already in the stalls, so this isn't going to be very long before it's off. So just quickly to go over what I'm looking for. This information is nice. It's nicer on the longer races where you've got a little bit more time. It's unfortunate that all I've got available at the moment are sprint races. Sprint races, the prices are going to move very, very quickly, and my current level of expertise may be too quickly. But remember what I said earlier in this video, you're going to need to just take some time to learn how to use the software. All the horses are in green and the rainbow at the moment, and what I'm looking for is the leader. I'll know the leader because the square here will have a red outline on the leader, and horses which are running faster than the leader will be red and to the right, and horses which are running slower will be in the blue and to the left. And so as we get up to about 3 furlongs, 2 furlongs, up 9 out of 9, so they're all in the stalls, but they're off. There we go. Went straight off. So here we are. Number 8 got off to a good start. We can see it's in red, it's in the green, in its rainbow. But number 4 looks as though it's going to go, and it did go leader very quickly. And all I'm doing is just reordering the odds again. So number 8's taken back over the leader. At the moment, it does look as though it's between these two. We can see here we've only got just 5 furlongs to go now. This race is galloping off, but we could also see that it's more or less going to par time. So very shortly, it'll be coming into the business end of the race and the part of the race where we need to be paying attention. So is what's running faster than the leader? Well, this one is at the moment. And again, number 4, it's slowed down a little bit now, but number 4 is looking as though it's running faster than the leader. It's neck and neck. It's only a fraction of a length behind. Oh, look at number 3 come along now. And so we're looking to see whether one of these, no, on course they're going with this one, which is running a lot faster. So I'm going to get some bets on. And go on, there we go. It's hit the lead. 105. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? I need the line. It's quite exciting, isn't it? Oh gosh, it's oh dear, just won. We can see I won a massive 72p, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm learning. And if I come up here and we click off averaged, I could say I made 2 bets, one at 1.2 and one at 1.5 for 72 pence. But had I been doing £20 bets, that would have been £7.20. And hopefully you can see how you could make at least a tenner a race once you get proficient. You could make a tenner a race, and you only need 10 races, like a couple of hours in the afternoon or early evening to make about £100 a day. I think that is very achievable and very possible. I did actually click the button 3 times, so it was moving too fast for one of the bets that I tried to place didn't get matched. But that is the way of sprints. And as we said at the front, it was going to be a competitive race. And look at this. These 4 horses here, right up to the line, could have been anybody's business. So doing a little bit of race analysis where you see a race with a lot of competitive runners in it, maybe one you want to sit on your hands. These are the sort of things you're going to have to think about and come to terms with yourself. Do you want to do sprints? Do you just want to concentrate on jumps racing, or the longer flat races like over 1.5 miles, which will give you a little bit more time? The other thing to say is that the odds move slower in American races, where there I had fractions of a second to react on number 7. On the American races, I might have a second. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that gives you a lot more thinking time on American races, and it's also something to consider as well through the early evening, as we have here at Tampa Bay, the early evening, to make some money from this tool. Anyway, that is the overview of the tool. There's not a whole lot more I can show you. I will do some more videos. I'll try and do a video tomorrow with some of a jumps race, because it is a bit different. The graph here is a lot different, but this information here isn't all that different. But it's a longer race, and it does give you more time to think. Okay, so I'll be expect some more videos over the next day or two. I might actually have a look at doing Tampa Bay at 5:15, just to show you what an American race looks like. Okay, this is definitely CashMaster approved. I think it's a wonderful tool, and it is something I'm looking forward to using in the months and years ahead.